The Democratic Party, which has been losing the support of young people, has apparently learned nothing from that. In the race to fill the top spot in the powerful House Oversight Committee, which will be holding President elect Donald Trump accountable, Virginia Representative Jerry Connolly, who was 74, has defeated New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. In a closed door Democratic caucus meeting, the secret ballot vote was 131 to 84 in favor of Connolly, according to a lawmaker in the room. That means the top spot that's going to be holding Donald Trump accountable will be going to Connolly, who said he is ready to take on a Trump administration despite his most recent health issues, like a diagnosis of esophageal cancer. So obviously, I'm kind of concerned here how much time he would be able to dedicate to, and how much energy he will have to take on the Trump administration, which is going to be probably the most corrupt administration in history, filled with billionaires, chock full of them. I mean, as many billionaires as you can shove into a room, which we would rather have them go into a sub. But, apparently, no, all the billionaires going to be in a room together. And you're going to have this guy who's going to try to hold them accountable, which under the best of circumstances is going to be difficult, but probably even more difficult when you are battling your own body. Not good. So now the vote came a day after the House Democratic Steering and Policy Committee, which is closely aligned with Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, backed Connolly over Ocasio-Cortez in a 34 to 27 vote. So, look, that was a bit closer, but close only matters in horseshoes and hand grenades. All right? In this case, no, it's a pretty clear rebuke of a younger, more progressive vision from the Democratic Party. This was more than just a post, that would hold Donald Trump accountable. It's basically a test. A test for the party following its disastrous losses to Donald Trump and the Republicans. Can and will they accept new leadership from young progressives to go into a better direction, one that can win future elections? The answer, unfortunately, is no. In fact, a lot of the senior positions were unsurprisingly filled by seniors. Representative Maxine Waters of California, for example, who's 86, won another 2 years as top Democrat in the Financial Services Committee. Representative Greg Meeks of New York, 71, will stay on as top Democrat on the Foreign Affairs Committee. Representative Benny Thompson of Mississippi, 76, will remain ranking member of the Homeland Security Committee. And Representative Nydia Velasquez of New York, 71, will keep her job as top Democrat in the Small Business Committee. In fact, the youngest person put into one of these leadership positions is 52. That's Representative Angie Craig of Minnesota, who was elected to be the top Democrat on the Agriculture Committee, beating Representative Jim Costa of California, along with the incumbent 79-year-old Representative David Scott of Georgia. Well, I mean, there's some, a positive direction, right? Now, Scott had held the top agriculture job since 2021, but had been suffering from health issues for years. So, look, for me, I gotta ask, is it any clearer that the Democratic Party seems to have a gerontocracy problem? And that, a lot of these people in positions don't want to give up that power. Look, I mean, the biggest example here is Joe Biden, President Biden, who refused to step down for months and months. Now, I think that did damage to the Harris campaign. She only had 3 months to campaign. And so, that's not good. And before that, you had Dianne Feinstein, who had cognitive issues, so much so that she could not remember who she had spoken to just minutes prior. She ended up dying in office. Before that, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She also had health issues. She ended up dying on the bench, which allowed Donald Trump to replace her with the much younger Amy Coney Barrett. I'm not slighting any of these people on their, personally, okay? It's just for the good of the country, some people need to know when it is time to retire. I mean, why wouldn't you want to if you were 79? Spend some time with your grandkids, travel the country, go on a cruise, enjoy your golden years, okay? But instead, it seems like they just want to keep begging rich people for cash and then sitting in a room with Marjorie Taylor Greene all day. I wouldn't want that. Okay, I'm 41. I don't want to sit in a room with Marjorie Greene. But anyway, look, no wonder the Democrats are so disconnected from young people. I mean, they're disconnected from a lot of people, but especially the youth. It's like they're not even living in the 21st century now. Most of them probably don't even know what a PDF is, much less how to open it. And if they do, great. Awesome. Then, they were able and capable of being able to learn something new and new skills. That's great. Wonderful. But look, a lot of them, going to the disconnected part, they're from a generation that doesn't exist anymore, where you could work your way up through the ranks, right? And maybe that's why they're so, reticent and being able to step away from those positions of power because they're worked their way up. Unfortunately, that does not exist anymore. They also, come from a time where you could afford a house on a single income. That does not exist anymore either. But look, when it comes to working your way up, the ladder has been, kicked down, okay? In order to keep themselves in these positions of power, these people have, just kicked down the ladder and stopped encouraging the next generation of Democrats to try to carry the mantle of the party into the future. And here's the thing. It would be one thing if they were successful in their careers and pushing progressive policy and getting Democratic wins. But instead, look at what the Democratic Party has done as of late. They got embarrassed by Donald Trump and his clown car of billionaires for the second time in a row. And this time, it was worse. They lost a popular vote. You think that they would learn by now. But unfortunately, they have not. All right? And so, what message are you sending to younger voters? Or not just younger voters, but younger Democrats who maybe want to get involved in politics, maybe want to start running for office. Well, the message that they're getting is that the Democratic Party doesn't care about you, that they will continue to sideline you, that they will continue to ignore you in favor of the people who are already entrenched in their positions of power and will refuse to give it up until they're literally carted away to be buried. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.